Hello everybody, welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris, I'm your coach and sports therapist, and today we're going to be looking at the Form swim goggles. For those who don't know, they are these bad boys just here. Okay, I've been fortunate to have them for about a month now, testing them, using them, and before that I was fortunate enough to have the original pair as well. Now I've been using Form swim goggles for the past 4 or 5 years. I believe I've had these 4 years, and literally I've just got the latest pair. Now I think they're incredible. For those who don't know what Form swim goggles are, they are basically electronic goggles that have in the display just by here basically a little laser that kind of shoots on to the screen of your goggles, basically real-time data, the metrics that you're using, and now with the latest pair they have an integrated heart rate. Now for those kind of training using heart rate metrics like myself, those kind of training for Ironman or triathlon, or even just swimming themselves and using heart rate data, it's brilliant for pacing, for distance, and now combined with their app as well, it kind of gives you the complete virtual coach within your eyesight. I tend to use my Garmin on my left side, so I have the electronic data kind of coming through to my left eye. Now the reason why I brought my kind of Garmin into it is because naturally when you're in open water, it uses the GPS from your watch, and then it gives you real-time data in regards to how far you're swimming, how fast you're swimming, straight from your watch onto your goggles. Now that for me is what sold it originally. When the pandemic happened, unfortunately all the swimming pools were closed, as all of you know, and as a swim coach and a triathlon coach, that was pretty damaging to kind of my career, if you will. So I then went to open water. Now using these at the time, now these are the first original pair, and the reason why you can tell is this little blue kind of rubbery bit on the zip. They later changed it to this more famous now kind of fluorescent yellow that they've used on the original pairs when they had the second phase came out, and kind of rebranded. Now initially the goggles were absolutely amazing because they allowed me to give real-time information to my athletes when I was coaching them in the sea. They allowed me to swim out 50 meters into the sea, stop by there, and then tell my clients to swim around me, to swim to me, to kind of do sprints from 50 meters, 100 meters out, kind of going in and practicing transitions, or kind of doing whips of Whitmore Bay, which is the bay I swim in. And it was brilliant because literally you had all of this data. Now these are originals, coming through into this little metric by here, and as you can tell they're well worn. Now what the latest pair have done is they've integrated a heart rate monitor into the temple of the goggles, and they have done a phenomenal job on their app. Now here's the new case. In comparison to the old case, I think this design is far better because it's easier to chuck your goggles in. It's easier to kind of dump it in and zip up. At the moment, you can see by here that I have a lot of salt wear from where salt water has been on the goggles and then kind of corroded the fabric. It's also kind of corroded here a little, so I don't want to really pull too hard because the kind of string is slowly deteriorating. Now with this, because you have the air holes on one side and no air holes on this side, it takes ages for them to dry, whereas this has much more air holes on it and it dries relatively quick and easy, and as a result the zip, I know it's relatively new now, but I imagine because of that, the zip is going to take less of a battering. Now, it opens just like so. It's far easier to kind of put them in instead of trying to balance them like this all the time. It comes with several different nose pieces, just like the first ones did, but with the design that they've done is they're far more curved. So now the bridge on your nose takes less of a battering, whereas on the first pair, they were relatively straight, just like this section at the top. Now, the little temporal heart rate is just by here, delivered through, I think, Polar. Am I correct by that? It doesn't say. Either way, it's absolutely brilliant. And the work that they've done with their app compared to previously, now the data that you had off them was absolutely phenomenal because it kind of recorded every 0.5 of a second. Now what they've done with their kind of virtual coaching guide, and it's kind of head coach workouts that they've called it, you can pretty much get your data from your watch in real time. And what I love about the virtual coach is it will know your head position, whether you're kind of too far tilted up, too far tilted down, two to the left, two to the right. And it's really helped me because I'm a coach. I don't tend to have anyone at the moment kind of watching me or coaching me. I'm trying to fit my swims in around my athletes. I found it brilliant because it's helping me as an athlete. What also helps me in regards to why I like them in the first place is pacing athletes. So if I'm open water swimming with people, I know exactly what sort of pace that they're doing, and I can then pace them a little bit better, if you will, in regards to open water swimming. What the coach then delivers in regards to the app is pretty much anything and everything. It will learn you from your last past 5 swims, and it's consistently giving you what is called form data and kind of adjustments in the sense of judging your form and your technique based on a score out of 100. What you're naturally trying to do is get it closer to 100, but then what it does is it breaks it down into several different factors that I'll show you on screen now. This helps you kind of learn where you're going wrong with your swimming. And I think this, from an athlete perspective and even a coaching perspective, I've got a few of my athletes using form goggles now. It's allowed me to tap into things that potentially I've known with athletes, but then trying to get them to see it, because quite often what I find with athletes is because of their proprioception, so their ability to know where the body's limbs are, whether it's the hands, feet, head, it's so much easier now giving you a visual display, whereas before I was filming using my GoPro. I'd film you, then break you down, show you down on my iPhone, and go frame by frame exactly what you're doing. And although I still believe that that is a great way of coaching, marrying it up with the data from form as well, and then seeing the data and how that can impact your speed and efficiency and overall technique is such a powerful kind of combination when coaching athletes. And I think, and the reason why I've kind of created this video is because I believe that it can really help you guys. Now, I haven't been kind of paid to do this advert. I haven't been gifted any of these goggles. I paid for both of these goggles. I have, however, since using the second form goggles, been sent this lovely little box of gifts that I had delivered to me the other day. Now that has been kindly sent by Form just because of the feedback that I gave them, and I'm pretty fair when it comes to feedback. I like to understand the fact that I have a business as well, so I understand the business side of things and the growth that they've came from when they first launched to where they're at now. I think the work that they've put in on their app is absolutely incredible, and I think that people like Lionel Sanders, an Ironman triathlete, and the quality that he's in. Actually, as a business owner, I see the growth that they've come from when they first launched and moved right the way to where they are now. I think they've done an incredible amount of work using athletes, Olympic athletes, professional athletes, professional triathletes, professional swimmers. The more and more you're seeing them use this piece of equipment, the more data that they're being able to get their hands on. I think they've really kind of pushed boundaries with it, and I'm thinking that the next version, the Swim Free, if they look to push that, will more than likely have the GPS built into the swim goggles. And I think the more they make them slimline and kind of have that race profile, I think it can only get better. In regards to the things that they've sent me a nice little foam bottle, sent me a lovely little message saying from Form, saying, "Hey Chris, thanks for being a big part of the Form community. We appreciate everything you do. Happy swimming," from the Form team, which I think is incredibly nice. And I think when you're trying to do good things, now for me, I won't recommend anything that I don't believe in, and this is reason why I'm kind of doing this video in the first place. Is I think that these goggles can help a lot of people. By no means am I getting any money for this or any commission or anything like that, but it's just a way of kind of pushing it forward to people like yourself. You know, if swimming is something you struggle with, then and coaching is an issue, and I'm kind of talking myself out of a job here. As a paid, as a fully qualified coach, if you will, I get paid to help people learn to swim. That being said, if you can't afford a coach, I think this is probably the next best thing. But also working with a coach, like for example, this gets straight onto Form. I can see my athlete swims via Form. It also syncs to Training Peaks, the app that I coach from. I do a lot of online coaching via Training Peaks, and it allows me to create a swim workout. It gets delivered to the app on Form, and then it gets delivered straight to your goggles, and then you do the workout as prescribed. Now for me, coaching my athletes, that is an absolute dream, in the sense that I can fully take care of their training. It can be delivered to their goggles, similar to the kind of run workouts or the bike workouts on your Garmin or on Swift, if you're using kind of the bike. And it's just a brilliant way of kind of collaborating all of this kind of data and getting the best out of my athletes, you know. But yeah, they've been kind enough to, going back to the box, give me a couple swim caps, a t-shirt, and one of the stickers that comes in the kind of Form box in the brand new goggle set. But yeah, it's a brilliant pair of goggles. It's something that I think would be a real investment to you as an athlete. I think that it's something that if you're not looking to invest now, I would certainly follow them on social media, because they're certainly going to get better and better. The improvements and how comfortable the goggles are around the eye now on these. They feel a lot softer, the rubber around the eye. You tend to get less kind of goggle marks. The profile of the goggles, for me, similar to my glasses, there's a bit of space between the eye. I don't know if you know the profile of the Speed Socket 2s by Speedo. I used to swim in those and still do for kind of races, if you will. However, for my races this year, I will be wearing these Form goggles, because I think having real-time data and real-time metrics is an absolute game changer. And the fact that it doesn't say here, but it does say on their website, they've teamed up with kind of the World Triathlon Series, they've teamed up with Ironman, they've teamed up with kind of American Triathlon Association, the British Triathlon Association. and a number of different organizations. So they're race legal as it stands. So having that data there so you can know exactly how hard you're working, exactly how fast you're swimming, and then practice that in training and then bring that into your race format, I think is an absolute game changer, and I look forward to kind of using them in races. I've used them in Ironman 70.3 Weymouth before, and then this year I look to use them on my triple Ironman, where I think it will be an absolute game changer in regards to keeping my heart rate within a set zone, keeping my pace within a set zone, so I'm able to swim just shy of 12,000 meters within the target time and within the target effort. But yeah, so what I'd say is check them out. I'll chuck all the links underneath in the description. And like I said, let me know your thoughts and feelings on them. I'll show you some little kind of descriptions of the app itself in the video, and by all means check it out. You know, I think it's a brilliant tool that can be used to kind of benefit your swimming and your triathlon. All right. If you can, hit the subscribe button, become a part of the community, like and share with your friends and family. And by all means, if you have any questions or you'd like to add on to anything, please chuck it in the description, in the comment section. And other than that, have an amazing day. Take care. I'll see you soon.